All right. So our first text is The Crucible, which takes place in the 1600s and covers the Salem witch trials of 1692, I believe is the year. You may have talked about Puritans in history, but I do want to give just a real quick overview of their beliefs so that you could better understand the society in which our characters are living. So Puritans valued hard work and self-sacrifice, family life, and community service. They had, they did have some fun, so to speak, but pretty much they were very like hardworking people. They envisioned their society as a commonwealth, so each person put the good of the group ahead of their own personal concerns. And if you didn't do that, then you were very much considered an outsider. So we're looking at what's going to be good for the entire town as a group versus what's going to be good for individual people. Their society was organized as a theocracy, which means that it's a government that is ruled by the church. They were a highly, highly, highly religious people. They were very intolerant of viewpoints that differed from their own. As Puritans, they wanted to purify people with the church. And they focused their efforts to root out the devils and other Christians. For them, God is omnipotent, omniscient. He's everywhere. He knows everything. He sees everything. The Puritans believed that humans were inherently evil. And so they need to struggle to overcome their sinful nature, which basically meant that, like we likely believe that, and maybe you don't, but a lot of people believe that you're born a blank slate. Puritans believed that they were born evil and that everything that they did in life was like a test to overcome their sinful nature. And pretty much you were going to hell unless you were picked by God to not. And so people were constantly thinking that God was like everywhere and judging them all the time. And they had no idea whether or not God was going to save them, right? So personal salvation depends on the grace of God, not individual effort. Despite this, they spend all of their days trying to be good because their hope is that God is going to choose them since they are doing good things. The Bible is the supreme authority on earth, so pretty much everything that they did, they believed, etc., came from the Bible. And that's really the long and short of it. They were very, very strict about going to church. Everyone was required to go to church on Sundays, and if you didn't, again, you were thought of as an outsider. And like I said, they pretty much lived their lives in terror that they were not going to be saved by God. And so that idea of being very hardworking and self-sacrificing was all in an effort to prove to God that they were okay to be sacrificed, even though it really didn't matter. But yeah, so that's Puritan beliefs, and that's kind of, I wanted, like I said, super brief. I just wanted to kind of orient where our characters in this play are coming from.